I remember really great times as a child, but more or less I remember a lot of struggle. So growing up, my mom had a big emphasis on education. She was started having her kids in her early 20s, married my dad in her mid 20s, and basically kind of gave up education to raise her kids, which kind of left her in a just a posture of uphill battle,
Yeah.
always an uphill battle. My oldest sister started her family as a teenage mom.
Yeah.
So, that added one more mouth to feed, as my mom would call it. So I kind of was always very different.
Yeah.
I saw that and I knew immediately, like, this is not how I want to live when I have a choice. Right now I'm a kid. I have to live however my parents live, right? But as soon as I have a choice, I'm going away to school. I'm going to, I read a lot. I remember reading a lot. Punishment was reading encyclopedias. And then my mom, or dictionaries, and my mom would just pick a
I
word.
love your mom.
And you had to know the definition, because the other punishment was probably getting a pop or whooping or whatever.
Whatever came
So,
from
yeah.
not knowing the definition.
Of course. So if you were from A to C, that was a lot of words she could possibly pick to have you define. And now when I look back at that, it was her way of, just kind of infusing some part of learning into even her style of discipline. You were reading something, you were, give me a definition, and she just opened the dictionary. If she gave you from A to C, she could pick any word. So literally when you were on punishment, you were almost in like study hall, because you had no clue, what word she would choose to get you out of punishment. That was your exit from, being in punishment. So I smile about it now. My mom lost the battle to colon cancer in 2002. And so she died at the age of 51, which taught me something even in her death. My mom would always say, when I retire, I'm going to travel. When I retire, I'll take my first cruise. When I turn 65, she said it over and over and over, but she died at 51. So I just decided, you know what, damn it, I'm living. I'm living my life on my terms. I'm going to do things against the grain. People who like me, who love me, will be accepted. People who don't, stay to the left. Look, and I'm okay with that.
Move over.
Right, exactly. Like Beyonce's song To the Left meant something totally different for me. That's exactly where people who did not support, the views that I had for my life